And then, divorce doesn't have to be devastating. How a team effort can simplify your split up and shorten the process for everyone. Well, it's a sad fact that sometimes we have to talk about things circling around our families that aren't all that pleasant, and divorce certainly tops that list. But one of our jobs here on San Diego Living is to help you be better equipped to handle those tough times. And so we're going to talk about divorce here today in different terms. We're going to talk about something called a collaborative divorce with a panel of experts that actually would be working with you if you were deciding to go through something called a collaborative divorce. Okay, so I've got Nancy Taylor over here, our family law attorney. Then I've got Dr. Robert Simon, who is our psychologist, and then our financial planner, Cinda Jones. First off, any one of you just take the lead here and tell people basically what collaborative divorce is and how it might differ from what we think of as a conventional divorce.
Well, first of all, collaborative divorce is a situation where parties will enter into a written stipulation agreeing that they're not going to go to court. From there, they assemble a team of professionals that are collaboratively trained to assist them in their divorce. And that team is generally comprised of 2 attorneys, 2 coaches, a financial advisor, as well as a child specialist if you have children.
And I know that one of the things that we're going to show here is a film called Tears, I believe it is. And this is a film with no words in it whatsoever. And it's just divorce is seen through the eyes of a child. And this is what you're trying to avoid. And it's so powerful in that this is what the child is looking at. And this is one of the things that we're trying to avoid. So, Doctor, as a general rule, I wouldn't think a psychologist is generally included in the process of divorce, although maybe there's very few places in family crises where one is more called for.
Well, a lot of couples going through divorce or people going through divorce using other methods may have a therapist they're working with, but the mental health professional is not directly involved in the process.
Right.
And divorce is a period of time in people's lives where their coping skills, their communication skills are tested and taxed. Mental health professionals being on the team can really work with folks around how they communicate, around their decision making, around their emotional triggers, so that they can stay focused on their goals as opposed to devolving into conflict, and help them develop better coping skills that they'll actually use in the future to help heal more rapidly and move on with their lives.
And Cinda, usually what folks are talking about in finances in a divorce is this, well, it's very confrontational, and it's, I want this, I want that. How is a financial planner a little bit different in this whole discussion? It's not just about dividing up the property.
No, it's not about just dividing. It's looking at what the future might hold for them and what's the best financial arrangements that they can make. And the collaborative process gives them the tools to have those conversations and discussions. The financial part of it, we can create illustrations, we can look at different alternatives, we work with the clients, we work with the attorneys, and hopefully we minimize confusion and not understanding.
Now, I don't know if folks are looking at the size of the panel and the team that would be working on this. Is this more expensive, less expensive? Does it take more time, less time?
The cost of it varies depending on the level of conflict or lack of communication and the complexities of the financial matters. We know that it probably doesn't cost as much as a fully litigated case. It may be less than a traditional case, but every case will be different. And we operate with what the clients can do for themselves to keep the costs down.
But this is not a mediation, though.
No, it's not. In mediation, it's a situation where the parties will meet alone with a mediator in order to negotiate their settlement. With collaborative, you have a team approach, which is basically equally balanced, so that when there is no imbalance of power, which is important because the structure of collaborative is set up so that it meets the needs of the family as a whole, whereas mediation generally will not do that.
And again, I know the courts are, the family court is really clogged up.
Very much so.
And this takes it completely out of the court system.
Absolutely.
It has nothing to do with the courts at that point, and so you have the potential to move much faster, do you not?
Correct. That is correct.
And I think one of the real advantages of that is that collaborative divorce is a process that empowers the family. They make the decisions. The decisions are not made for them. So whether it's decisions about their finances, whether it's decisions about their children, whether the house gets sold or not. No third party in a black robe is ordering anything. The family, the parents make all their own decisions, and so rather than feeling powerless during divorce, which is so often the case, the team helps to empower them and support them in making some very difficult choices.
We've got a website up here. Is this the best place for folks to go to get more information on this and to explore the possibility then?
Yeah, I think our website is full of information about our process, about our local group here in San Diego, contact information, names of all of the members of our group. It's a good place to start.
Well, thank you for being here. Again,
Thank
folks, you know, we know it's nothing that anybody wants to talk about, but if you happen to be going through that, we would strongly suggest that you look at this as an option and take it out of the court system and maybe take everything down a notch and try to keep things calm. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for being here so much. San Diego Living
you.
coming
Thank
right
you.
back.